All right. Hey guys, you don't understand how frustrating I went through just so I can have this story time with you guys.
You're gonna have to chill. You have to wait till people join. Chill. No.
So, so do I just stand here and? All right. So after an hour and a half trying to start this, here, wow, a lot of people are joining. Yes, it's story time. How do you go live without 1,000 subs? It's called YouTube and a lot of frustration and a girlfriend. You need those three.
You can actually go live no matter how many subscribers you have. Because I only have 17, and I went live 4 seconds ago, and I have 4 views, and I don't know why. It was just a test.
Unless you heard,
Try.
if you can they wait, can they hear me?
Yes, I
Can they hear you?
yep.
Okay. Anyway, so I mentioned yesterday to Real Player that I was going to make a video, a story time about a book I attempted to make in high school. 21 pages. hmm It is the most embarrassing thing I've ever wrote. Literally, in one sentence, I can describe it to you. Me falling into a world of what?
I think you need to turn a light on because this is so dark.
Galen, the light is on.
Fascination. Where am I at? I'm running on the camera. Hold on. Okay.
That's the.
Literally.
I can see myself, but I can't turn the other light on because right now everyone thinks I'm asleep because I have work at 5:30 in the morning. This is the brightest you guys are gonna get. Actually, hold on. How's that? Give it a second.
Better.
Okay. I raised the brightness on my
Like,
laptop. Okay, guys, let's get this thing on the roll already. Anything else I need to do?
a lost role player said better.
I can see it.
Like, you put the
I can see it.
comments.
I
Why
can see
am I doing this today?
Okay. Oh, is
Oh,
everyone?
did the thumbnail go onto your video now?
I don't think it gave me a choice to. No, I didn't.
Well, when Matt edits the,
Yes.
the live stream and adds a thumbnail, I made the thumbnail,
Yeah,
and I'm very proud of it. It's hilarious.
she made the thumbnail, by the way, which you guys will see probably by tomorrow.
Just make sure to look at it afterwards. I think it's great, honestly.
Now, is anything else we need to do before we start story time?
Go for it. I'm going to mute myself or I'll shut up.
You don't have to. I mean, everyone likes hearing you too. You're part of the channel.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I make it more interesting, though. No offense to you at all.
Well, I need an audience, and you're the only one that I can hear. So here we go. The story time from Area again, and there will be times I will pause because it's super embarrassing. So Matt, explain to us why you're here. Matt said, "Well, okay. I guess I'll start from the beginning. Mom, I'm going to school. I'll be back later." Mom said, "Okay, bye." As Matthew walks to school as every normal day, he thinks through the past. I was adopted when I was 8 years old and had amnesia since I was eight, or since I was seven. Every year on my birthday, I get very sick and I can't move but go to sleep. I always have the same dream once a year. Me waking up in a world where no me waking up in a world
This one might be stands for the thumbnail. Thousands of millions.
where no boy, where no boy lives but women, not just any women, but anime. In that dream, I'm an anime hero. I always go to school every day. I hear people ask, "Why do you wear those rings, necklace, and bracelet?" The only thing I know is I had the necklace when I was born, a bracelet from my real dad, and the three rings were born with me. Every time I take them off, I get really tired and sleepy, I like I won't wake up. So I must keep them on. My three rings have different designs. Two rings I wore on my right hand have dragons on them, different colors though. One is black and the second is blue. The last ring is on my left and is a design of nine creepy eyes. Color is silver. Fact, those are actually rings that I wore in high school. But nine creepy eyes, it's like circles basically. Anyway, my bracelet has 12 skull heads. One of my necklace is a claw holding a tiny dark black marble. Every new year it glows in the moonlight. My horoscope is Aquarius and I'm very nice and shy, but what makes me weird is that when I get mad or jealous, well, I forget everything. Everything gets blurry. One time, a guy named Will punched me in the face. After that, I opened my eyes and see him on the floor, bleeding and scratched like he was about to die. I wonder and I ask my friends and say, "What happened to him?" And they look at me in fear and say, "You did that, Matt." I didn't want to accept the truth, but I lived with it. But after I punched him with only my left arm, it felt like it got loose like a chain has broken off of me, like it was holding onto my left arm. Well, I have a weird life, but school's hard, it's boring and tiring. I go home one day and go into the basement to play games like always. Matt the murderer. Hey, I didn't murder anyone yet. One day my friends come. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just let's read. Hold on. Shush. I was a weirdo. Anyway, one day my friends come
Just
home.
please.
My friends come with chicks, and I'm not talking about chiclets. I ignore them while they show off their touching girlfriend game. My parents left for work and my friends got drunk. While I sit there hearing them kiss, I got mad and I threw the controller at a friend. He lifted he lifted my shirt, but his friend stopped him. Okay. He points at a hole in a wall where the controllers went. They break the wall down and it was a cave. We walk in and wondering why is there a cave under my house? But then we see this weird black quicksand. They throw a beer can and in 3 seconds it sunk. But the guy said, "Let's teach Matt a lesson." They pushed me into it and ran off. I yelled for help, but nothing happened. Nobody came. Uh, my parents came to help, but it was too late.
It sounds like what's wrong with oh, the thing was straight. Undertale, but nobody came.
But nobody came. That's funny. I don't remember. I
That's
don't think
so
Undertale was
weird.
out then. I don't remember if it was out.
I don't know. But good luck. Sorry. I'm
And-
shutting up now.
No, it's fine. You're fine. You guys can talk. I like to hear your commentary. This is 21 pages. Please question whatever you want to question, but put it in the comments too. But say what you want to say too. Anyway, I yelled for help, but nobody came. My parents came to help, but it was too late. Matt died. The end. My parents came to help, but it was too late. I sank into the black muck, but I didn't give up. I tried swimming, I didn't work, but I was losing air and time. I yelled as loud as I can, then my necklace glowed so bright I fell into a deep hole not knowing where I will land. I hit the bottom. I passed out for a while, but I woke up wondering where I am. Around me is a great decorated tower, very tall and dark, but my necklace is showing my front 5 feet. Okay, in other words, I basically said my necklace was glowing like a flashlight, basically. I look around and see, page one complete, a dark hallway with torches not lit. I walk down it cold and hungry. From the way it looks, the place is at least 1,000 years old. I then stepped into the corridor. The torches blasted flames automatically. I jumped, and when it stopped at the end of the hall, there was a huge door with symbols, markings, and writings. I look at it and realize that there are imprints of circles like rings and a dent in it. There's three circles above that above the symbols. The first was a dragon over wavy lines like water. I looked at my middle big ring and it has a dragon head in a blue color. I was super curious, so I take it off and I wasn't tired. I was free, but I don't know. Maybe this place was cursed from my sleepy death. I don't know. But I put the ring in the circle and it popped back out and it glows blue. I just did something without reading the instructions. The second was a dragon with black paint around it like a force field. I put the black dragon ring on it and it popped out again. It glows purple. The last one was really creepy. The symbol was a big eye with 9 lashes, and it was silver, but the pupil was glowing red, looking at me. I slowly put the last ring in, and it pops out and it glows silvery red. The next was a dent with a marble size. I push my necklace on it, and the door shakes but doesn't move. But I looked in the corner of the door, and it said a riddle. The 13 ghosts is not enough. There are 12 blank that can be enough. I thought stupid riddle, but said, skull? Because 12 skeletons wins and my bracelet had to join the party. But who but who would have thought the door opens? There was 5 tables and another big door. On each table was an object. The first table was a sword with a symbol like a 3. Weird. I pick it up. It was light, but the room shakes. The sword glows red, moves into my hand and turns into a keychain. I was confused, but I moved to the next table. My hand was burning, but the next table was a piece of candy. Yeah, again, confused. But I was hungry at the time, and it didn't look harmless, so I ate it. I went through a lot of stomach pains, which Caitlin's gonna give me that look, because I had some stomach pains eating sour candy like 2, 3 days ago. Anyway, I ate
You right every time you eat sweets before you go to bed.
what she said.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to control himself at all.
No, I don't.
It's terrible. That's why he met me in the candy section.
Uh,
Anyways.
oh, that's another story I gotta tell you guys. Okay.
That'd be good if I was there with you. I'm not with you. I am over.
Well, when the quarantine's over and you can come over again, we're going to like do a story time of like how you and me met and like other stuff like that. By the way, guys, this is what she looks like.
No, we'll talk about
You asked for it.
I look like poo.
You look great, sweetie.
I look like poo.
You look fine. We have 3 viewers.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Oh yeah, let me continue.
At least I'm close. Maybe he'll be nice.
I ate a piece of candy and I went through a lot of pain, and then I felt great and awesome, like a sugar rush. I don't know. The third table had a small but one-handed sword with symbols. I pick it up and it disappears into a dark purple dust, and it touched my other hand. My hand got worse on both this time, but before I noticed on the bottom of the table it has names of the objects in English. So I went back to the first, and the three sword was called Ruin Slayer. The second one was Van's Heart. meaning the piece of candy I ate. I saw part of the live stream. She looks really pretty. I know, right? She tell me I'm lucky, right? See, you're pretty.
Hey, not you.
You didn't see what Role Player said?
Oh,
I saw part of the live stream. She looks really pretty. Told you. Anyway, and you made her day, by the way, because I tell her beautiful. She's beautiful every day, with or without makeup, and she's like, stop, stop, stop. Ooh, ooh. Oh my lord. Anyway,
anyway, I'm gonna make a video.
no, you don't have to be muted, Lord. Anyway, and the third was
I
called.
don't know random rules. I don't think they want to hear me.
I think they want to hear you. They hear you all the time in all my broadcasts.
I'm great.
You are great. Okay, ready? Ready? Anyway,
They're still like, sitting there watching you being crazy towards me.
you guys want to see her again?
No!
Okay, there we go. Anyway,
I will shove your face.
the third table
I'm
was.
breaking the wall.
The fourth wall's been broken. Hey, hey, bud, how you doing? Anyway, uh, the third table was called Infinity Sword. The fourth table had a guitar called. Oh, I see. Okay, I remember this reference. You guys are gonna get a lot of anime references if you catch on. The guitar on the fourth table was called Haru Haru. It was. I was shocked because I saw this guitar in an anime. Wow, it's like I just said it. Exactly the same. I pick it up and put it on my back. The place shook in front of the tables, and the door was a Vespa called Butter. Yeah. I laughed, but turned it on by itself. It turns on by itself. I went to the last table as the Vespa followed me. By the way, guys, Vespa is basically like like an electric scooter. It was air tricks. Skates, I put them on that turn into shoes. I then remembered air tricks are skates with engines that can go 300 miles per hour if wanted to. I got all the objects and went to the door. The Vespa behind me was vrooming like it's ready for something. And then the door had big words on it. What do you like in this world? What scared me about this was in the bottom it said, say the wrong answer and you will blank. It got scratched off, so I breathed in and yelled with all my might. Hold on, guys. Just something caught my eye.
Read your story.
Uh-huh.
Stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Bad boy. Bad.
Hey, hey, shut up. Shut up.
I'm eating candy which you cannot have. So then,
We don't even know what's going on tomorrow after work. Anyway, I'm still dropping off those stuff I told you. Since I couldn't do it today. Anyway, I yelled with all my might, anime! Yes. What?
my dad's gonna be home, so we're gonna do with that.
Okay, like I told you, I was gonna drop it off in the driveway. So, hey, I got sweets too, you butthole. The
I'm gonna.
anime role player goes, anime!
He's great. He's really great.
He's cool. The door,
Kylie loves him that too.
yay. So, role player Kaylee likes you too. But the door said one word, correct. I was relieved, but when the door opened, oh God, it gets worse. But when the door opened, there was a huge, steep hole. Then the Vespa charged into me and we both fall into the hole. But something was happening. I was turning into a cartoon. No, an anime. Then a bright light flashed. I wake up in a room, a fancy room. I had bandages and I looked out the window. OMG. Everywhere I see is anime, futuristic, and I was scared. But then I noticed I was cold. I looked down.
Look
I
at
was, what?
OMG. Look at her butt.
OMG. Look at her butt. Anyway, so
Ah!
you think that's bad? Watch till I read this.
Oh
Um,
no. I'm scared to know this is teenage.
I was scared, but then I noticed I was cold. I looked down. I was naked. I got I got back in bed, and my guitar, my Vespa, my swords, and others are by the door. I hear someone coming. I get into the closet and hid there, but I tripped on something. What? How long ago did you write the? This thing doesn't have a date, but before 10th grade probably. So that would be like if I graduated in 2017, it's 2020, and my sophomore year would be like 3 years like before in high school. 5?
5 years ago.
Was it really?
5 years ago.
5, 6 years ago. So about 5, 6 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, because you graduated in 2017, it's 2020, so it was 3 years ago was your senior year. And then 2 years before that was your sophomore year.
Yeah. And I said it would. It's before sophomore year, so it's more than 5 years ago.
Well, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 5 to 6 years, more than that. So 5, 6 years. I just don't remember.
I need you here to open my page. I can't open my page.
But when I come over to drop off the flowers on the driveway, just bring them out and I'll open them.
Never mind, I got him.
Okay. It gets worse. So I hear someone coming and I go into the closet and I hide there, but I tripped on something. When I try to get up, my hands.
Matt, before we continue, is this going to be rated PG or rated R? Viewer discretion advised.
Role player said the writing style's not that bad to be honest. Weird, but not bad. Thanks.
This is Matt's brain 6 years ago. I'm not surprised, honestly.
My hands were touching something weird I'd never touched before.
No?
Oh my god, Matt, what do your hands do?
Oh, I love him! Anyway,
You're gonna love what my hands are doing. I never touched before. Caleb's gonna know what it is. You guys, it was soft, squishy, and
what?
I tripped and tried to get up. My hands were touching something weird I've never touched before. It was soft, squishy, and big.
Booty?
I look up and the lights got turned on and I see a girl with a face of time to die.
So boobies or booty?
Booby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that does not relate to me at all.
I would say something, but I don't.
Right now.
I would say something, but I can't say it in the stream. Anyway, I got thrown out of the closet. I said, "Why are you throwing me around? Why were you spying on me?" She ran away, embarrassed and mad. You know what? I can't blame her.
Good morning, beautiful.
Oh God, it gets worse.
Caleb, what's up?
And you have to remember, guys, I was naked.
Oh my gosh. What?
You don't remember that part?
No?
I was naked. I,
This is started rated R. Anyone below the age of 18, go away.
I put on my boxers and and a blanket. I got back all my things back on, and the guitar on my back, and the Vespa behind me like a pet. I slowly walked out, and I tried to find a way out. I see the front door, and I ran my way out. But I opened it. I see 100 or more girls waiting for me, screaming, "It's a boy! It's a boy! Who fell from the sky?" I quickly closed it and said, "Wait, I fell from the sky." I went back upstairs, quickly back in the room, and inside was the girl, wondering where I was. I was scared if she would slap me, but she gave me some clothes and blushed and ran off. I was blushing as well, but I looked at the clothes. They were more of an anime RPG gaming clothes. I put them on. Surprisingly, it fits. Then, secretly, the girl was peeking on me. I was disturbed and embarrassed. "What is it?" She jumped and came in and said, "Sorry, I was peeking on you and threw you." I said, "I'm sorry." I told her, "Where am I?" "What is this world?" She said, "You will have your answers, not from me, but the Queen." I said, "Okay, where is she?" She pointed. "The ballroom downstairs between the stairs. She's playing her piano lessons." I walked there, wondering, crap, I forgot to ask her name, and is the Queen old? I walk down the stairs and I hear beautiful music. I walk in and see I walk in and I see a blonde girl, small, like 17 or 18. I'm thinking, is that her daughter or the granddaughter? I walked slowly towards her, asking her, "Do you know where the Queen is?" She said, "Who wants to know? Who are you?" I said, "I'm Math." Silence! She threw a knife past my ear, cutting it. I jumped and fell. She said, "Who brought you here?" Oh boy. I mumbled my words. "No, no, no, no one, I promise." She then put her hand up and a ball of light appeared from her hand. Oh my goodness. I'm about to die. I need to do something now. Then, right before she shot it, the Infinity Sword and the Rune Sword made an X in front of me as a shield. She backed up, shocked. I uh, slowly grabbed them. Where they go? And I stand up, not knowing what I'm putting myself into. I said again, "I don't know anything, I swear. I'm just a normal guy who came from my basement from a temple of ruins or something." As she looks at all the stuff I have on, she fell on her butt. I dropped my swords and ran to her. "Please, I need to talk to the Queen." She said, "I am the Queen." I stand there shocked and I said to myself, "Oh my god, the Queen is an 18-year-old weird girl." She slapped her She slapped my head and said, "Follow me." I followed her into a church room. She opened a book that looks like a Bible, their Bible. Don't look at me like that.
Wait a second. This is when you were into the Wiccan stuff too, wasn't it?
Not really. This is before that. I learned about religions like after I graduated.
Why after?
My mom didn't want to talk to me about religions until after high school. I don't know.
What? Weirdest thing ever. But anyways, sorry, continue.
Role player says, "Who wants to know?" Oh, my name is. Shut the hell up. basically, basically. Um, where am I? I followed her into a church room, and she shows me a book that looks like a Bible, their Bible. She said, "In ancient times there was a queen of angels and a queen of demons. I am the 32nd queen of angels. My evil sister is the queen of demons." Our mother told us a bedtime story about a boy who had dark, evil powers but used for good. She also told us one day a boy will fall to this world and make peace with the war of angels and demons. One day a man came from your world and told us, yeah, I see you over there. One day a man, not me, a man came from your world and told us, "My son is the chosen one of your world. One day his destiny is to be fallen here and be your hero." She continues, So here is a where'd it go? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? So here's a picture of the boy as a baby. The picture was a baby covered in a dark aura with the rings, necklace, and bracelet I have on. Enjoying that cotton candy? Cotton candy's a mood right now. Okay. She said, "It's you as a baby. My mother and father made a deal. Wait. My mother and your father made a deal. The deal was, if you do appear here, you will save us, stop the war, and you will choose." You were linged out as a baby. I don't want to finish this sentence. Caitlin, I don't want to read it anymore. Basically, the queen says, my mother and your father made a deal. The deal was, if you do appear, you will save us, stop the war, and you will choose a wife. You will choose a wife.
So you're gonna choose one out of like a million girls on this world?
Yep.
Okay.
She blushed, embarrassed. I rubbed my head. Okay. She smiled, but it got tough when I told her, but I don't know how to use this power or weapons. She said, well, you have 10 to 12 different powers from those weapons. I will teach you the lesson on how to use your power, but for now, relax and enjoy your stay. You have 3 days. Be here in the backyard to start your training. For now, go find my maid, Yui. I thought that could be the girl I saw this morning. I said, what does she look like? She said, smiling. She had green hair with the red bow in her hair. Oh, mm. She has. It cannot be that bad. A wife, more like. Oh God. The queen was describing her, and I decided to write what the queen responds to. She has green hair with a red bow in her hair, has big boobs, pretty much my height.
Why is that guys' tops when they're in high school? No matter what.
Remember, I told you in high. Remember, I told you in high school that back then I was into thicker, thick girls, and then after I graduated, it kind of changed, and I wasn't really into a type. It's just the personality, and she has a thick heart.
That's what he said because his girl is over here and I'm a sticky bone.
She has a thick heart, and she's got thickness in the right places. Role player says the queen knows what she's saying. You probably are. I think from what it describes, the queen has blonde hair. And there was a girl, a wife, an anime girl from like when I was like 13 or 14. I had a crush on. She could be that queen. I don't know. Hmm?
Lindsay commented on your comment and she said Sarah is her name. You know a Sarah? I should have told her to say Shelby. I should have.
I kind of do know Sarah, but we'll take care of that later.
Oh, so you did do those things. Oh, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Nope. I said, okay, thanks, but what is your name, queen? Oh, God, here we go. She smiles and said, I'll tell you on training day. I had a bum face and I turned and said, okay, see you there. I walked out looking around looking for Yui. I found out I lost butter. I ran looking and I found the kitchen. I looked inside and I saw another girl with horns. Uh,
Another brother pink at this time?
I see another girl in the kitchen with horns and a huge butt.
Hey!
She she had pink hair and was humming a song. I said, "Hi, I'm Matt." She jumped and looked like I startled her. You scared me. Hi, don't do that. I'm the chef Nina. Nice to meet you. I shake her hand. I told her if she knows where Butter, my Vespa, or Yui is. She said, oh, she's in the backyard checking her Vespa's speed, engine, and compatibility. I said, okay, thank you, bye. I found the back door. I don't want to be eaten by those girls outside. But
All them girls are gonna have to cat fight over you, sonny boy.
good thing that's not true.
First thing you see in a woman. Oh wow, horns.
Huge butt. Yep, that's
Hey
what.
Matt, what was the first thing you saw of me when we met?
Your smile.
It wasn't my huge butt.
I went to the candy section at Cracker Barrel, and I see this amazing, hot, beautiful woman. I walked up to her, and it was the candy section. I walked up to her, and I said, "Wow, those are some good-looking cowtails." She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I got a really bad sweet tooth." And obviously, I was making her laugh, and she started smiling, and I was like, "Well, I'm in love."
No comment for any of this.
Yeah. She hates it when I tell other people this. Now I can tell all of YouTube. You didn't think about it like that, did you? Dude, that's so adorable.
Oh, he also gave me a promise ring in the Cracker Barrel candy section.
I did. I gave it a promise ring in the Cracker Barrel candy section, and I like said the exact same things I said to her when I first met her. And the entire time she's like, "No, no, no," and then I brought it out, and she's just like, "Tell me I'm lying."
Oh
Well, we're not here to make you cry. We're here to tell a story, and then if you guys are good, maybe some Five Nights at Freddy's, because I'm not, I can't go to, at this point, there's no point in going to sleep. I gotta wake up in 4 hours anyway. Oh, now you're in a good mood. Let's continue the story. We're halfway done.
we're over halfway.
We're on page 9.
Anyway, continue.
I walk outside to the backyard. It was huge and far. I looked to where Yui is working on Butter. I walk towards them. As Butter rooms as he sees me, it misses me. Yui got freaked out when it did that. I giggled. Yui saw me and says sorry and told me, I'm so sorry. I was worried about your Vespa. I'm sorry. I patted her head, thanking her. She was blushing and told me, your Vespa is nothing I've ever seen. I wish to one day study more of it. She smacks it and it jumps on me. Its wheels burned on my face. It hurts like crazy. Yui got worried and gave me a bandage. How many times will you get hurt? Uh, I told her I met the queen, and I also said she will train me in 3 days here. So for now, I got to get to know this place. She said, did you ask her your questions? Um, I stand there with a dumb blank face. She smiled and said, fine, I'll answer them. I smiled, asked her my first question. Where am I? She said, "You're in the world of Famaria." I said, "Why do I only see women?" She replied with an answer I thought I will never hear in my life in any anime. "Oh, because no man can survive the oxygen we breathe." I pointed to myself and I said, "But I'm a guy." She said, "Well, you also fell from the sky with only scratches and bruises." I laughed as she giggled, but I hear a very cute, girly sound from my right side. I turn to see a girl running towards Yui. Yui stands there with a tiring expression, as if she's telling me, "Here we go again." The girl was almost 7 or 8 years old. I said, "Who is she?" She answered, "That's my sister, Rika." I watched Rika yelling, "Why are you hanging out with this weird girl?" I had thought, okay, it's cute how she thinks I'm a girl, but then again, a bit ticked. "I'm a guy. My name's Matt. Nice to meet you." She replies and pulls a wrench out and starts swinging at me. I catch a wrench and said, "That's not nice." Yui stops her, then my best bud picks Rika up on the seat and drives her around the backyard. And I said, "Be careful, Butter." Then I hear a gunshot. I dodge it. I see a woman, and Yui stops the mysterious woman by yelling, "This boy is a friend from the sky." As I see the woman walk towards us with an eye patch and a black hair with a badass look in her face, Yui meets my older sister. She protects me and Rika so she could have shot you because you stopped Rika and your rest was a little ride. Rika said, "That was awesome again." Where'd you go? What? She really tried to murder you, no questions asked. Yeah, I know, right? Sounds like someone we know.
Wow.
Hey, you're, yeah, she muted herself and turned her camera off. So
I'm on Snapchat. Leave me alone.
on Snapchat doing what? What's Skylar say?
Stop.
I look at her big sister as she looks at me as if she wants to kill me. "Hi, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you." I put my hand out to shake her hand. She smirks and thinks I'm pitiful. I got a little ticked off by that, but just ignored it. "What's your name?" She only said one word and left like she has to be somewhere. "Sohara." I had a chill go down my spine. She looks cool. Yui smiled. "Yeah, she's the general of the DCG." I wanted to know what that is, but by doing a I don't know face. She laughed. "The Demon Cleanse Government." I then asked Yui and Rika to show me around town. They got excited and then they shouted, "Okay." They gave me a cloak so no girls follow us or chase us. As we walk out the gate to the streets, I see sta- stores, cafes, stands, and so much other stuff. I even saw a couple of women who looked like they were in an anime. I wanted an autograph, but that would be a bad idea. But then I hear banging and clashing. And in front of us, in the huge crowd, clapping and cheering, we got into the crowd. I see two people that made me shock and almost have a heart attack. Okay. I see Black Rock Shooter, like the drawing I had back home, and I see El Sword, a boy who controls the sword, but he's a girl. I see them fighting for real, like air blasts, the ground shaking. A woman in a cloak started whispering in my ear, saying, "Elsword has red hair, controls rune spells like that keychain that you have." Blackrock Shooter doesn't wear much, uh, doesn't talk much. Both enemies, but both not evil. I don't know what I was English I was speaking. They do this every week. Try to stop them. I see them look in your eye as if you're scared to see one die. Okay, so basically, I was trying to say I didn't like them fighting. try to stop them because you don't want them to kill each other. Gender bend, wowie. So yeah, basically. Anyway, only use your sword, Runeslayer. First, it was the queen. Second, she is right. I don't want them to kill each other. Third, how do I use my sword? How do I summon it? Finally, why can't she do it? I concentrated hard, nothing happened, and the queen touched my hand with a keychain. Picture the sword in your hand. All you have to do is scare them. They don't know there's another magical sword user like you, but they do know there's studies in a boy falling from the sky today. As long as they don't see your face, you're fine. So she helps me concentrate. Red dust from the keychain blasted into my arm, and the sword was back in my hand. The crowd around me got scared and backed off. The two girls saw the light flashed. As they see me, they stopped fighting. I'm thinking this was easier than I thought, but they came towards me with their swords in front, charging towards me. Two girls with swords versus a mysterious figure, me, with a sword not knowing what I'm going to do. I freaked out, but the queen whispered in my ear and said, dodge, then say, splash, explosion. Not knowing what she means, I ducked in the middle of them. As I turn around, I yelled, splash, explosion. My hand started to burn, but not the one holding the sword on my left, but on my right, so I thrusted my hand forward. Somehow, Elsword stopped because a symbol like a strange 3 popped up in front of me and stopped Blackrock Shooter in her tracks. Then my hand felt like it was on fire, and I wanted to thrust my hand forward to shake it off. Um, when I was about to, Elsword stopped me, saying, don't kill her. I yelled, I'm not trying to. I don't know where I'm going with this. As the pain went away, the symbols that stopped Blackrock Shooter disappeared. I said, sorry, I didn't want to kill anyone, but stop the fight. Why do you fight? Ugh. Why do you fight? You should be friends. You two would be unstoppable if you worked together. As Elsword and Rock look at me, they look at each other and smile. The queen started clapping, then you and Rika, then everyone was clapping. The Rune Slayer disappeared back into a keychain, and I slowly walked to the queen, Rika, and Yui. Elsword stopped me by grabbing my shoulder. Where are you going? I want to invite you for some food for helping us. What's your name? I stood there looking at the queen. She's talking with her lips, saying, take your hoodie off. Everyone's gone, but us, you, and those two. They might help us out on your training. So I slowly take it off, and when they realized who it was, they both looked at me with big eyes. Elsword with a firing red and Rocky with a shiny blue. They both flipped out and said, it really is the boy. I stood there blushing as they studied me. Take out your sword again, Elsword said. I tried to concentrate, but I couldn't. The queen came over with Rika and Yui. I said, where are we going to eat? Elsword points at a bakery store. As I put my hoodie on, we walked there and we went inside. As I walked in and see two people that caught my eye, the anime girls from an anime I watched before. The youngest said, welcome. Oh, hi, Elsword. Hi, Rock. Who are they? Elsword points at us in order. This is Yui's friend, the queen. Rika, Yui, and the one and only, the boy who fell from the sky. I got embarrassed and took the hoodie off. She jumped and said, she said, hi, I'm Nagisa. I work here with my mom, Tsunade. As a present for the boy and his friends and mine have free bread. I was really happy because I didn't get to eat since that piece of candy in the ruins. I got 3 big pieces of bread and I ate it. It was magically delicious. I haven't gotten a response from you in forever. Why?
I was on Facebook, and you know how all these tornadoes were going through today on Easter? Well, there's a post on there about it's called Laurel Baptist Church. They have 3 crosses standing outside. 2 of the crosses got knocked down, but the middle one is still standing. So literally, that happened today, and everyone's like, "Is this a coincidence?" I think not. He is risen. Because middle cross is the one that means the most. cried into my life again. And I'm just on the verge of tears. I'm just like, God, why?
Well, you gotta have them in your life, sweetie. Not here and there. You gotta have them in your life all the time.
I know this.
We have to do our devotions too. Are you gonna be
You
okay?
do yours, I'll do mine. You know if I do mine or not.
There's also hours.
We're in the moment, Matt. Go away.
Roleplayer or whoever is watching, try to cheer her up. Send some love in the comments for Caitlin. Elsewhere, and my friends started asking me questions. Where you come from? Elsewhere said. I came from Florida, or Earth. They stopped me before I could say more. Earth? Isn't Earth that tiny planet a million or something light years away from our planet? I stand there going, wait, what? I said, so you're saying that there is no way back? They all then went to a sad face. Do you want to leave? I then stand up furious. I see the queen shed a tear. Rika tearing up. Who the hell do you think I am? You think I'm gonna leave? Oh wow, I was a real suck up. Hmm.
You still are.
You don't even know what I said.
I don't have to. You're still a sucker.
Where'd you see the post about the three crosses?
You were listening instead of like, well, devotion shaming.
I wasn't devotion shaming you. I just said I wanted to do our devotions together.
Facebook, Matthew, Ross, Hall, Annecy, Facebook.
I know you got it from Facebook. I said I will stay here for the rest of my life. Everyone says, yay, but the queen was crying. I said, are you okay, my queen? She looked at me and said something that can never make me want to ignore. I'm so happy. By the way, my name is. Yep, yep, it's that one. Yep, I was right. Her queen's name is Mafuyu, and Mafuyu is the name of a anime girl when I was like 14 or 15 that I decided was my waifu. Oh boy, oh boy. She looked at me and said something that, no. Uh, uh, so she said what her name was, and she kissed me on the cheek. All the girls go, oh, they gasp, and she takes her hoodie off and said, "I'm the queen, and am I not supposed to?" They got shocked, and they all smiled. They said bye, but the queen asks Elsword and Rock if it's okay to teach me how to fight with a sword. They were loving the idea, so they decided to come to the castle with us. Rika went home with Yui. Lafui took Elsword and Rock to their rooms. I'm in the bed thinking, well, friends and family, I've decided to stay in this world. Well, I was thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, but then I slowly went to sleep. I suddenly wake up in the middle of the night. There was something. It's been an hour. Can I make this a part two, please? Asking the lady if I can make a part two. No cliffhangers. Caitlin, should I make this a part 2, please?
So I can get back to the intro.
It's okay.
Hey, damn it. Ah! Being a butthole.
I really, really don't want to continue. Can we please make a part 2, please?
First of all, why don't you-
I really don't want to continue. It's not rated R, it's just embarrassing. How many pages are left? Oh, I hate you for asking that. We're on page 15 and there's 21 pages in total of all of this. So there's like
Well, you're on page what?
15 and there's 21 pages. So there's like 4 pages left.
Show me the pages.
Front and back, fully written out.
Was all the rest of them like that?
Yeah. I wrote front and back.
I don't remember the pages only have like paragraphs and then nothing.
No, it was front and back on each one. So there would be like, what, 10 pages in total, I think? Out of,
But a role player says no cliffhangers. And he says that's not a lot of pages for a part two. That'll be a short part two. And I agree.
I hate you both.
Hey, you're dating me. Just leave me.
Yeah, and you know that's never gonna happen.
I know. I trust me.
She makes it sound like it's a bad thing. Is it?
I
Love you.
know you.
Love you too.
Uh,
Let's hope you still love me after I read this page.
Matthew drops off. What?
I slowly went to sleep.
Closely on this one, man.
I slowly went to sleep. I suddenly wake up in the middle of the night. There is something squeezing me.
Girl.
I slowly lift the covers. As the moonlight shines in my room, I see
You see a Becky girl.
I don't know, I haven't gotten that far yet. Elseword and Yui hugging me to death. I want to wake them up or take them to their bed, but my heart was beating so fast I was heat oh I was heating up and I couldn't do anything. As I slowly went back to bed, trying to ignore that, Bafuyu, the queen, walks in the room quietly. I whispered to her, saying, I didn't do it, I wake up like this. Then I realized she was sleepwalking. Then it got worse when she got on me and fell asleep, drooling. I didn't know to wake them up or ignore the moment, so I slowly went to sleep. Then I woke up early in the morning. You and Mafuyu are on both sides, but Elsewhere is gone. I look in the backyard window and I see her training. I try to be helpful and nice, so while Nina the chef is asleep, I cook eggs, toast, and my famous French toast with bacon. I went to check on Black Rock Shooter. Oh, why are so many girls getting on you? I don't know. What did you see, Matt? What did you see?
It's literally because he's the only guy in this world. You have to remember that. He's
Yep.
the only
Yeah.
guy in all these girls. So they're like, ooh, guy, I've never seen this before. I really want him. Let's get him no matter if it's all of us or not.
My famous French toast with bacon. I went to check on Black Rock Shooter and she was still asleep. I went to her bed and said, "It's time for breakfast, Rock." She wakes up and said, "I'll follow you." The first time I heard her talk, and it was relaxing. As I went downstairs, Mafuyu and Yui slowly smelled the food in the kitchen. Mafuyu said slowly, "What is Nina cooking?" I said, "Go to the dining room, and Nina is there too because she didn't bake it. I did." They looked at me surprised. As the three went to the room, I put the food on the table and pushed it to the dining room. Mafuyu, Yui, Elsword, and Rock and Nina were there, tired but excited. As I put the food on the table, they saw it and they never saw it before. "Have you seen French toast before?" I said. They knew the rest, but my famous French toast. I said, "Try it at least, you'll love it." They all smelled it and they saw Rock take the first bite, and everyone was shocked because they saw Rock blush for the first time. Then Rock started to devour it. Everyone ate a piece. They did the same thing. Yui smiled, Nina was surprised, and the rest were eating so much that they couldn't speak. I was happy that they loved it. Maluyu said, "Where'd you get the recipe?" I said, "I don't know, it just came to me." They all smiled and all thanked for the food. Mafuyu got up and said, "Okay, everyone, we will all have Matt take Matt to the famous fighting tournament, so you can study the sword styles and their abilities and skills for training tomorrow." Everyone was excited and went to their rooms to get ready. I was getting my weapons and accessories and guitar and air tricks and Vespa following. As we walked out the front door, no one was here. "They all know you will be at the tournament." I said, "Okay." As we walked to the entrance, Elsword and Rock went to the VIP lounge. I think. As Mafuyu, Yui, and Rika take me into a special room with a glass wall to see the battle, and it's super quiet. I peeked my ear outside and I hear the crowd really loud and closed the door quickly before my ears started ringing. My friends were laughing. Then I heard the tournament. "Is everyone ready for the special tournament?" Everyone is, of course, cheering. She then said, "We only have 10 contestants. Our first challenge is Elsword, the swordswoman with magic on her side." I started clapping, even though I'm the only one clapping in the quiet VIP room. Then said, "Wait a minute. It looks like one of the contestants that is supposed to challenge Elsword killed the other contestants." Uh, Everyone said, "Ooh." Me and my friends were worried about Elsword and Rock. All of a sudden, Rock runs into our door in pain. I told Mafuyu we need to stop the match. "It's fine, believe in Elsword," she said, so I leaned on the window, watching the opponent's door open. I can tell Elsword is scared, but she made me believe in her when she puts a thumbs up straight at the window. It gave me the chills because it looked like she was looking straight at me, saying, "Trust me, I got this." You have you have her such a deep voice. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Though I think about it like that. So while I stand there trusting Elsword, I see the gate open. Inside was a girl in a black school uniform, and her weapon was a huge red scissors broken in half. Kill anybody? Uh, Elsword's opponent is Ryuko. Mafuyu stood up scared and shocked. She said, "Matt, that's a demon." I flipped out and said, "Isn't Elsword an angel?" She nodded, but what made me shocked and worried was when Mafuyu said, "But Elsword can kill 100 demons, but Ryuko can kill 1,000 angels." Suddenly, Ryuko ran towards her but disappeared, but popped up behind her with incredible speed. Elsword swings her sword around and dodged it. As the battle starts, Elsword gets pushed back. She swings her sword up and yells, "Triple geyser." She hits the ground with her sword, and three huge geysers of flame appeared in front of her. Towards Ryoko. Ryoko dodges it and starts slashing her. Elsword falls to the ground, and Ryoko stands in her, stabs her in the back. She yells with her psycho. something face saying, "Bring me the queen or everyone will die, starting with this one." And she starts stomping on her. Mafuyu says we have to do something. Before she can even say my name, she looks at me and she sees a dark fire like surrounding my whole body. She looked at me and sees a dark. Okay, blah, 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 I already said that. She is scared at how mad I am. I then somehow summoned my two swords and crashed through the window straight at her. I yelled, "Don't touch my friend." As she then looks straight at me, she pulls her sword up to dodge, but I couldn't control myself. It felt like I am being controlled by rage and anger. I disappeared in front of her to appear behind her, and when I swung my sword, she got thrown to the wall. Broken through it, I used the speed and thrust at her, and I almost killed her until Elsword grabbed my leg. I looked at her and she started crying. "Matt, stop, don't kill her." Even though she was about to kill her, I stopped. But I grabbed her shirt and with a scary voice, "Tell the queens of demons to back away." She ran off, then I fainted on Elsword's lap. My friends came to help. I wake up in my room, but Mafuyu, Rika, Elsword, and Yui and Rock were sleeping on the bed on the floor as if they were waiting for me to wake up. Nina comes in with soup and ice. Nina says they were worried about you. You were asleep for 2 to 3 days. I was so happy that I was happy that they were here. Uh, Nina kissed me on the forehead. They thought you were dead, but only 3 people actually fed you, cleaned you, and everything. I was wondering. She points at elsewhere, Yui and Mafuyu. They also had an argument on who to clean you. This is the part where Caitlin says something, but you're not even listening to the story, are you?
Her best friend lives next door is having a panic attack. I don't know what to do. I'm like, do what you do with it.
Yeah. Is she doing okay?
It's not her, it's him.
Are they doing okay?
I don't know. I don't know if Kelly ever messaged me back.
No. Well, the part I was expecting you to say something, role player said, you just had to add that in there, huh?
What was it?
Are you ready? So after I fainted, if you got to that part, I was asleep for 2 to 3 days, and they were here to help feed you, clean you, and everything else. I was wondering, and then she points at Elsword, Yui, and Mafuyu. They also had an argument on who to clean you. I was passed out for 2 to 3 days, so the queen, the maid, and the girl who was fighting in the tournament were arguing with each other to see who would clean me. Yep, yep. Uh, I blushed as I was. What?
I bet you wish this was true.
I mean, with you.
What you do?
I go back to.
By the way, Kelly just now woke up from a nap, so.
Oh, yay. Role player, say hi to Kaylee.
Oh, by the way, guys, it's like, what time is it? It's 12:32 a.m. here, so she just woke up from a nap.
It's 12:32 where we're at, and her 11-year-old sister woke up from a nap. Tell me how bad that is.
Kelly keeps forgetting she's 11.
Kaylee, role player said hello. She said hi.
I can hear her.
Kaylee, Kaylee. He said praise Elmo.
I praise Elmo. Yes.
Okay. Um, when I woke up, I see Yui, Rika, Mafuyu, and Elsa crying. Rock was shedding a few tears. I was happy they took care of me, so I said, thank you for taking care of me." They all jumped on me and hugged me until I couldn't breathe. "That you were crying, please don't die." I nodded and told them to let me get dressed. As soon as I got dressed, I go to the backyard, but everyone is lined up, looking at me. I see in a row Mafuyu, Yui, Rika, Elsewhere, and Rock, and two other people I don't know. The two of them look really familiar. The first has elf ears, has a bow, green, yellow hair, and huge boobs. And the last one has spiky black hair, wears a bra and long jeans, and her left arm is a robot arm. Mafuyu said, "These people will help you with magic, your weapons, and one day you will find people to fuse your magic into your weapons without anger and rage." These two are Rena and Raven. Rena has the same special shoes you have, and Raven will teach you the power of the darkness, your ring. I was excited, but Mafuyu did my training in order. First was Mafuyu. She will teach me how to use my magic. While everyone went inside for food and a warning, we begin the first part. She puts up bottles and told me to walk 30 steps back. She says magic is a hard thing to tame. Your job is to shoot the middle one, not the first one or the third one. She told me to put my hands up, so I put my right hand up, and she says picture energy going into your hand. So I did. I felt something, and I opened my eyes, and I see a number three in my right hand, and it looks like a three in the center of a circle, and the circle has like a bunch of balls around the circle, like here. Hold on, I'll show it to the camera. This is the Caitlin. That's what the symbol looks like on my hand, and that's what it looked like, guys. What? There you go. It got bigger to the size of my whole chest. She said proudly, "Very good. Now aim and shoot it in the middle bottle." I did, and she clapped excitedly. "Congratulations uh, on your first try," she said. "Now let's see who is stronger." She raised her hand, and a ball of light appeared again. I do mine, and we both aimed and fired. Hers got bigger somehow, and she wasn't touching it, so I concentrated on my magic, and it also got bigger, almost the size of a house. She dodged it and goes by, and she said, "You completed the first part of your training." We're on the last page. As I stand there eating a sandwich, wait, what? As I stand there eating a sandwich, Nina made me. Mafuyu wanted to get the second helper, Yui. Mafuyu and Yui come out. Mafuyu will watch. "What I'm going to teach you is water magic," Yui says. As I stand there saying, "How do I have water magic?" She points at the blue dragon ring and said, "I seen that in a history book, and it said that there are five in the universe. You have three. I can control water because my mother was a water mage, so I will teach you all I know." As I sat and watched, she starts doing the slow movements and poses. She stops, looks at me, smiling, said, "Now you try. Concentrate and flow like the water." As I do the moves she did, the ground shakes. She says, "Keep going." So I kept going. When I did all the moves, I stopped. I opened my eyes like I got out of the bed. I looked at her, and she was just scared out of her mind. I looked, uh, I look up and I say, "Huge ball of water, the size of a house." As the water starts to move again, I got poured on, and my Vespa drove off away from the water, not helping me. As I went inside to dry off, Mafuyu comes in the room. I forgot to ask, but what's the base on your back? I told her the items at the temple and the names of the base, Haru Haru. She flipped out, jumped back, and said, shaking in fear, "Did you say Haru 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 Haru?" I said, "Yeah. Why is it? Why? It's just a base with a switch on the back, as if I could turn on with curiosity. It comes on like a chainsaw." And Mafuyu screamed, "Oh no!" Someone. Oh yeah, I remember this part. I turned the guitar on and it turns on like a chainsaw. Someone crashed through the window on a Vespa with a base on her back with a helmet and goggles and yellow gloves. I couldn't describe it anymore because the Vespa charged at me and I got knocked out. Only hearing whispers and mumbling, I woke up and see a girl with green eyes and pink hair giving me CPR. I flipped out as I tried to stand up. She grabs her white V-shaped base. She turns it on and I hear the chainsaw noise. She yells, "Round two!" She hits me in the forehead and I fell down again. It hurts like crazy. Mafuyu, shocked from all of this, came to help me as she uh, drove out the window. She disappeared. Mafuyu said, I can take a break. I went to the restroom to wash my face, but where she hit me, I grew a horn. I tried to push it back into my forehead, but as I did, it pops back out again. It hurts like a major headache. And that's it. That's the story. That's it. That was Familia. Caitlin is putting on lotion on her face. Anyway,
I had on my face.
my bad. What she said.
But Matt, you should probably write a part two to this. Does the role player agree with me on this one?
No, role player. Oh, I mean, maybe role player said. So the story is about how Matt turned into an anime unicorn. Hey now,
Oh, you know what? Matt's
Caitlin said, should I write a part two to this? In other words, continue the story. And role player, do you have any suggestions on that? Because I'm not a fan of writing. So writing more would probably just come out of my head straight out. I don't know if I would write it, but what do you think? Since I'm doing an all-nighter till I have to go to work in 3.5, 4 hours, I'm probably going to make a broadcast on Five Nights at Freddy's probably. So stay in tune for that. But we're not ending the stream yet. Just comment whatever. Oh, hey, Lindsay tried to call me for some weird reason.
sorry, but I'm not focusing on him. It's just focusing on the anime girl. I love the anime. Only with girls.
You should. It's very interesting. I had a feeling you were going to say that. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll think about it because I'm not a fan of writing, and unless a role player says, I feel like there's a lot of potential to expand the universe and character development. Okay, this is 6 years ago. You're asking someone who, from 6 years ago, was lonely, single, did not know much about women, and you want me to make a part two.
Yes.
It's going to be completely different. Like, I'm going to be more, like, sensitive on, first of all, it being rated R in the first place. And I'm probably not going to make myself be like a badass and making it to where all the girls are all over me. I ain't going to make that happen again. Hey, it doesn't hurt to try.
Oh, he's still on live stream.
Yeah, it's still here. I'm just talking to role player and you, and whoever else is watching. Thanks you. Anyway, I will be making a Five Nights at Freddy's, so stay in tune for that. If you enjoyed the video, the story time, put down in the comments your favorite part of the story. Swear to God, if all of you say big boobs, I'm going to smack you all.
That's your favorite part.
Not my favorite part anymore. If you like the video, like and subscribe. Go subscribe to Caitlin and Kaylee's channel, her sister. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hope you guys have a good night. Bye. Oh, big. Oh, role player says correction. Big boobs with BEWB. Boob. All right. Bye.
I hope you are.